And in order for restorative practices to work, you have to be able to, one, meet the students where they're at. Two, be able to engage and understand, and validate their feelings. And if there's a connection that I can make with that, man, how awesome is that? You end up getting a little bit more respect out of the students when you do that. I've never made up a story to try to connect to a student, even though I know that that's, something you could do when necessary. But most of the cases, I've never had to do that because, sometimes in students, when they feel they're connected to you, they just kind of give you that verbal vomit. And I remember doing that as a child, when we were returned back to the care of my dad, we were kind of lost. We didn't know what to do. We had moved to California from the Virgin Islands. We were living with our grandmothers, myself and my two younger brothers. And when we went back to my dad, there was still like that transition phase that you have to go through with, the foster care system. And so, I just remember, using that information in two ways. One, to gain something, and two, to get people to understand like who we were. Because I always felt like I needed to protect my little brothers in some kind of way. Like I would go to the schools and they would tell me people were beating them up. And I would go fight those little kids. I would go fight those kids like, you're not about to mess with my brothers. You don't know what we've been through, But yeah, any chance that I could get out of something, I would tell the teacher, like, you don't know what's going on, Knowing I was making up a story, but, definitely told a story of what was going on during that time in my childhood.